Imagine this. All your life, you've walked through countless doors, opportunities, relationships, beginnings, endings. But there is one door you can only walk through once. The last doorway. The one no one truly returns from. Where does it lead? What lies beyond it? This chapter is not about death as an event. It's about what happens when the soul finally steps through that ultimate threshold. In this world, every beginning is tethered to an ending. But death is not an end. It's an unzipping of one reality and the subtle entry into another. Sadhguru reveals that the moment of death is not a breakdown, it's a breakthrough. A liberation from the limitations of flesh, thought, and time. And yet, it's not always graceful. For the unaware, it can be chaos. For the seeker, it can be ecstasy. The last doorway is not random. It reflects how you've lived, thought, breathed. According to yogic sciences, your karma acts as the script, your awareness as the director, and your energy body as the actor. How you die is how you transit. And how you transit determines where you go next, or if you go anywhere at all. There are realms beyond the physical, subtle planes that the human eye cannot perceive, but the mystic navigates with ease. Some call it astral, others say ethereal. But Sadhguru describes these dimensions with an airy clarity as places of light, shadow, memory, and longing. Not heavens or hells, but energetic zones shaped by the impressions left upon your being. The soul is not a thing. It is not even a who. It is a process, a spark of the boundless wrapped in layers of identity. As death strips those layers one by one, what remains is your essence, trying to find its way either to dissolution or reassociation. The clarity of this path depends on your inner alignment, not belief. For those with spiritual maturity, the doorway is luminous. Yogis who have prepared can drop their bodies consciously, often with a faint smile, even amidst silence. But for the unprepared, there is confusion. The death process can be drawn out. The soul may linger, caught in attachments, regrets, unfinished desires. Rituals, then, are not cultural leftovers. They are technologies. Sadhguru emphasizes that post-death rituals are not for the living, they are sacred GPS systems for the dead. Done right, they ease the transition. Done wrong, they bind the departed even more. In India, the 13-day rituals weren't superstition, they were science. In yogic lore, it's said that a realized being can choose whether to return or not. They can postpone death, enter Mahasamadhi, or merge with the beyond. But for most of humanity, death is involuntary. The last doorway appears, and the soul must pass, aware or unaware. But what determines whether you return? Sadhguru says it's memory. Not mental memory, but karmic residue. Like fragrance clinging to clothes long after the flower is gone, karma clings to the energy body. If it's dense, it pulls you back into another cycle. If it's light, you move beyond. This is why yogis strive for freedom, not from the world, but from compulsions. Every act done consciously loosens karma. Every moment lived with awareness reduces bondage. Death then becomes not a trap, but a transcendence. A launchpad into liberation. Sadhguru speaks of beings who have not returned for millennia. Not because they ceased to exist, but because they became existence itself. These are not myths. They are milestones for seekers to know that the body is not a prison, and death is not exile. It's homecoming, if you're ready. But the question remains, are we afraid of death, or are we afraid of the unknown? The last doorway doesn't frighten the enlightened. It's the half-lived life that does. If death is inevitable, let it not catch us sleeping. Let us walk toward it awake. Even as you listen now, something inside you recognizes the truth. This life is temporary, precious, fragile, but it is also a training ground. Every meditation, every conscious breath, every loving act is a rehearsal for that final letting go. So prepare, not in fear, but in reverence. Prepare by turning inward. Make your mind a companion, your breath a guide, your awareness a flame. Then, when the last doorway appears, you will not panic. You will bow and walk through it as a master. This is the gift of ancient wisdom, that death can become a choice, not a sentence. That your last moment can be your most powerful one. If this chapter touched something in you, stay with this inquiry. There is so much more to discover beyond the veil. For deeper journeys, stay connected with us. There's more light ahead if you're willing to look.